Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Gavin here, and in today's video, we're going to be using Super Hog Riders in Legend League. This is the army right here. I will link it in the description of this video, along with a full guide on how to play this army if you would like to learn. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to just show you guys replays because I did all of these attacks on stream, but unfortunately, I was just having a lot of technical difficulties and my stream kept lagging. So instead of showing you guys laggy raids with live commentary, I'm going to just show you guys replays without any lag. I feel like that would be a more enjoyable experience for you guys. So yeah, let's hop straight into the first replay. Alright guys, this was the first attack of the day. I'm just going to hit play and I'm going to talk you guys through it. The one really good thing about doing a voiceover with replays is that I can explain to you guys my thought process a whole lot better than I can with live commentary. So my plan here was get the RC towards the poison tower, take out all of this good stuff. I kind of wanted her to get the crusher mortar as well, but I don't think that actually happened. I don't really remember. We'll find out together. But it was a solid RC charge. We got Scattershot, Fire Spitter, Poison Tower. I tried to redirect here, and it just did not work. She didn't go inside over there, so I had to pick her up, unfortunately. I would have liked her to get the Crusher Mortar, but it just didn't work. But it's okay. It's okay. It's a decent RC charge. It's enough value to the point where we can work with it. So yeah, then we pull the CC up here so that we don't have to deal with the Ice Golems with the King and the Queen while they're taking damage from defenses. We can just pull them off to the corner and kill them over there. Now, Golem, Ice Golem, Queen, the whole gang over here pretty much. We're going to toss the King in just a second too with the Log Launcher. This is actually a really good Log Launcher angle because it hits this junction right here. And this provides access not only to the Town Hall but to the Monolith compartment as well. So yes, 100, 300 IQ Log Launcher right there. Funnel was good. We did funnel out this side to force the King inside. That was very, very good. And we've placed a few troops up top to kill the CC. Now, I believe I used a freeze spell here so that the King wouldn't die because, yeah, the Monolith was about to lock onto the King. And I wanted to get his ability a little bit deeper into the base. Toss the Rage spell here on the King, the Queen, the Yetis, everybody over here. Really good value for a Rage. And at this point, I should have sent the Hogs in earlier, to be honest. I was just debating about which side to send them in from. And yeah, I should have sent them in before the King and Queen died, but it's okay. We sent them in right over here. I tried to angle a few of them so that they would go to the Crusher Mortar, and it did work out. We got a few of them going to the Crusher Mortar, which is amazing. Click the Warden ability here since we've got Crusher Mortar, Inferno, Tornado, and a bunch of bombs, Ricochet Cannon, Enemy King. There's just a whole lot of damage right here. It's a really good spot for that Warden ability. And it is looking alright at this point. It is a little bit close. It is definitely a little bit close because the RC charge wasn't perfect. And if your RC charge isn't perfect, it's going to be close. It is definitely going to be close because, yeah, the RC charge is just such a key factor or a key component of this army. If you screw it up, you're going to have a lot of trouble. But I believe, yeah, we've got 2 leftover hogs still. And if what I was doing over here, because we were super close on time, what I was doing is I was trying to wait until these defenses went down to send in the hogs because I wanted to use those 2 hogs for cleanup. So as soon as these defenses are about to go down, I sent the hogs in right here and they helped out with cleanup, which actually I think saved the raid because we were really close on time here. So yeah, really smart right over here to use these hogs for cleanup. And yeah, that's 1 raid down. Let's hop straight into the next one. Alright guys, next base right here. I'm going to click play and I will talk you guys through it. So the thought process is get the RC towards this part of the base with the Inferno, Monolith, and Crusher Mortar. Because this is a lot of good value. We take out 2 Infernos, the multi-gear cannon, Crusher Mortar, and the Monolith. It's insane value, and we're going to pull the CC too. So yes, charging anywhere else would just not make any sense. This is just obviously the best spot to send your RC. Earthquake, I actually made a little mistake and accidentally covered this Inferno tower. Low-key a huge mistake, and I accidentally covered it again. A little bit of a mistake right there. So this Inferno ended up staying alive on minimal HP. But we did get the CC pulled, and we did get a really solid charge. So I can work with it, you know, I can work with it. There's no builder hut nearby to repair this Inferno, so it's just going to sit there on 1 HP. Which is okay. I honestly could have pulled these Ice Golems off to a corner. I just didn't even think about it. We're just going to have the King and the Queen deal with them off over here, which is okay. I used a couple archers here on this storage because I was a little bit worried the storage might cause the Queen to walk around the edge. I don't know if it would have, but better be safe than sorry. We're already starting the funnel now. There was a Tesla farm right here, which definitely was a little bit annoying, but it's okay. We got the Log Launcher going in already. We got the King going in. And yeah, these Teslas are definitely annoying because they can cause the king to walk around the base if you're not careful. We just got to be careful, make sure the king actually heads inside. It's looking alright at this point though. I used the wall breaker here to try to open up this wall and get the king a little in. Unfortunately, it was a second late, and the king tried to walk outside. But we got blessed that the queen took this out and the king turned back inside. So yeah, really lucky right there. King and queen both inside. We tossed a rage spell on them. And this Inferno staying alive on minimal HP actually caused so many issues. We did not take it down until way later into the raid. I've started the hogs now though, because you do not want to wait until your king and queen are dead to start the hogs. That is one of the most common mistakes I see people do. By the way, to take out this Inferno, we just sprinkled in one Super Hog, and that does the job. But yeah, one of the most common mistakes I see is people waiting until the king and the queen are dead to send in the hogs. That is just a recipe for disaster. You've got to send the hogs in before the king and the queen are dead. The key to this army is to have multiple moving parts moving around the base at the same time to take the damage off of one part of your troops and kind of split it across all of your troops. And yeah, this one was pretty clean overall, besides the little mistake leaving the Inferno alive. This one was pretty clean. We're starting cleanup over here so that we don't time fail. And we've got so many troops left at this point. We used the freeze right here. I could have froze the Town Hall, but I felt like this was a little bit better value to get the Ricochet Cannon and the Inferno in a freeze. And we've got a lot of power here. I think it was a little bit close on time, but not too close. We've got this triple, guys, I think. Yeah, we've got it. Not too bad, guys. It was a little bit close, but this is Legend League for you guys. It's going to be close. Most of these attacks are going to be very, very close. But yeah, that's 2 down. Let's see how the rest of the raids went. Alright, guys. Next base over here. It's an Invis Rage Core, and if you know how to play Hogs, you know Invis Rage Cores are the easiest bases in the game. Easiest bases, without a doubt, are Invis Rage Core, because all you've got to do... RC charge, you don't even need a lot of value. We just need to like sort of set a funnel, get that monolith cleared, and pull the CC. And then we can pick her up, honestly. That's enough value. That's really all we need. We're going to pick her up right here. And now all we have to do, literally all we have to do is get the king ability into the core. If the king ability gets into the core, it's impossible to fail, because there's just a clear path for the hogs to wrap around the entire perimeter of this base, and there's nothing that can really kill them. So we got to do everything in our power to get that king ability into the core. So we're going to funnel out this side, use a lot of troops for this funnel, because again, it is so important. You've got to get that king ability into the core. If you don't get the king ability into the core, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. But if you do, you're going to 3-star. It's very, very important. This log launcher did open the wall, I believe, just in time. Log launcher also triggered the invis, which is beautiful. King is now heading towards the center. Things are looking good. I earthquake the center to help out, damage everything a little bit more. And I should have clicked this ability a second earlier, but it's okay. We still got the spiky ball off. We took out most of the core, and now the Yetis and the Queen can finish off the core. And we've already started the hogs. We've already started the hogs, because at this point, I think I already knew it was going to be a 3-star, so there's like no point to wait. The Queen, I believe, took out the Town Hall. Queen, are you going to take out the Town Hall? Somebody took out the Town Hall, I believe. Yeah, the Queen's taking it out right here, and the path is just set up so nicely for these Hog Riders to wrap around the outer perimeter of the base. This is how to play Hogs on Invis Rage Core. It's very, very easy. Just get the King ability into the core, and then the path is already set up for you. You don't even have to do anything. And as you can see, we don't need a large RC charge, which means we have 4 leftover Invis spells, which we can use to protect the RC on the back end. And I don't even think any of them are needed. I think we could have swagged all 4 of these spells. Realistically, I think, yeah, I used one right here. I was a little bit worried about the enemy Queen locking onto my RC. But yeah, as you guys can see, no other spells are even needed. The base is just wrecked, guys. We swagged all 3 of these leftover spells. Invis Rage Cores are free. They're very, very easy for this army. Whenever I see one, I just get super excited. So yeah, that was a really easy 3-star. Let's get into the next replay. Alright guys, next base right here. This base, I actually hate this base so much because I can't charge the Rage Tower compartment. I'm going to pause it here and actually explain to you guys why we can't charge this Rage Tower compartment. This one is better value, obviously, because the Crusher Mortar's here. But if you pay attention, I had to learn this the hard way. I learned this from experience. There's an air sweeper right here, and there's not an air sweeper right here, which means after the RC deals with this Rage Tower, she's going to go to the air sweeper and head towards this side, which pulls the CC. But if we start by the Crusher Mortar side, there's no air sweeper, which means she goes left towards the scatter shot after the Rage Tower, and we will not pull the CC. And if you don't pull the CC on this base, it can definitely cause issues. So that is why this base is really, really difficult. It forces you to have to charge by the less value Rage Tower, and then you're forced to deal with the Crusher Mortar on the back end, which is not fun. But yeah, that is why I charged this Rage Tower. I did not want to charge this Rage Tower, but we had to because otherwise we weren't going to pull the CC, and it's very important to pull the CC with this army. So yes, the plan here is get the RC to take out the Rage Tower, and then she will follow the Air Sweeper towards the CC and get that pulled, and then we can pick her up. I should have clicked her ability here. I don't know why I was waiting so long. Any day now, Gavin, click that ability. I guess we're just not going to click the ability, but yes, you see how she goes this side. This pulls the CC. It is very, very important. Did I just not click her ability here? Or I did. I kind of didn't get the best value from it. Don't do what I did. Do as I say. But yes, that is why that's why this base is hard. Because you have to charge this side, and that is just not good value. You've got to deal with the raged up Crusher Mortar. So it can be tricky, but you have to charge this side, otherwise it's going to be even harder, trust me guys. So yeah, now we pull the Ice Golems off to the corner over here. We'll kill them with like a Valkyrie or something, and we've already started the King and the Queen and the Ice Golems up over here. So yes, the King actually has a bad habit of walking around the edge on this base. I don't know why he always does this, so I did try my best to funnel him in here. I used a lot of troops, like 2 Valkyries, a Yeti, a Baby Dragon. I think I even used more, a Wizard, because I really want to be sure that he goes inside. He always likes to walk on this base. He just likes to. So yeah, I know from experience, use a lot of troops on this funnel. I even used some Hogs to clear this Wizard Tower, because it's worth it. This Wizard Tower, I have to use more Hogs. This Wizard Tower could cause the King to walk outside, which would just be a disaster. But now that funnel is set, he's not going to walk outside, so we did that nicely. We did use a lot of troops for it, but we did do it nicely. Now, the King and the Queen, they have to go deal with the Town Hall. That is their job. Please go deal with the Town Hall. We started the Hogs now, right over here. I don't actually remember if they dealt with the Town Hall or not. The RC wanted to go skip ahead here on a suicide mission, and I was not paying attention over here, and unfortunately, the Monolith locked onto the RC 1 second before I clicked the Warden ability, so that is actually a huge mistake. Now we've lost the RC, and we have not took out the Town Hall. So this one's looking rough, guys. This one's looking rough. We have to use an invis to redirect them to the Town Hall. Otherwise, it was just very likely we were going to 1-star. So we kind of have to do that. I froze the Inferno. But at this point, it's going to be tough. It's going to be close without the RC. Because, yes, the RC with her Electro Boots damaging everything helps significantly, guys. So, yes, it is going to be close. I'm not going to spoil anything. This one was very, very close. And then we ran into the bait. Oh, my goodness, guys. Oh, my goodness. It was just not looking great at this point. And it was close on time as well. We've got cleanup troops, though. These cleanup troops are dealing with these leftover buildings. This little hog right here clutching the storage up. And we got the 3-star, guys. We got the 3-star. So not too bad, guys. Not too bad. This one did not go perfectly according to plan because we killed the RC over here. And we still got the 3-star, though. If we wouldn't have killed the RC, it would have been much more overkill. But yeah, not too bad, guys. Let's go hop into the next attack. Alright guys, next base over here, and as soon as I saw this base, I just wanted to cry, because this base right here is the hardest base in the game for Hogs. The last 5 times I've found this base, I've failed. It is really, really hard, because like, it is just, the Town Hall is in such a weird position. I'm going to tell you guys why it's hard. So we've started the RC. I've tried starting the RC right over here, just to like, gut the middle of the base. It just simply does not work. I've tried her by this Inferno, I've tried her by this Inferno. It just simply does not work. I've tried charging the Crusher Mortar. It also just does not work because the Town Hall is so isolated and protected by these storages and everything that just nobody ends up going towards the Town Hall. So I figured the best spot to start the RC is honestly right here and aim to push her towards the Town Hall. So that is what I did. It is a little bit tricky though. This base is an absolute nightmare for Hogs. I hate this base with a passion, guys. And then just to make it even worse, this guy's baited me too. Put the tornado and a bunch of giant bombs right here, which aren't usually over here. So that is not great. That is not great. We're already off to a little bit of a rough start. We need the RC to take out this Town Hall here. Otherwise, we are in trouble. We are in a lot of trouble if she doesn't take out the Town Hall. And over here, I'm worried. I can't redirect to the Town Hall, or she's going to go to the Archer Tower. So this is not good. This is not ideal. We have to use a lot of unnecessary spells. I tried and just prayed she would go to the Town Hall. And she did not go to the Town Hall, so we had to pick her up here and just settle for that charge. But this is not a good charge. This is not a good charge. It didn't really even set a funnel, and the Town Hall is still alive. And as I just was explaining to you guys earlier, the Town Hall is what causes issues on this base. It's really hard to take this Town Hall down. It's just at such a weird angle. So I'm trying to be creative here. I'm trying to think about how we can recover this. I'm trying to funnel out this side, And my plan was use a log launcher, like from this bottom corner, to try to make a path towards the town hall. This was my plan. The heroes are now dealing with the ice golems over here. And at this point, it's not looking great, but I would say it's still recoverable at this point, if everything goes according to plan. We've got the log launcher going in now. I used the Valkyrie just to tank this mortar so that it wouldn't wreck my log launcher. And this log, I believe it does open the wall just in time for the king and queen, which works out great. Unfortunately, the king is taking a lot of damage, and we had to use his ability a little bit earlier than I would have liked, which is not exactly great. This was bad. I should have used another spell to get the king ability a little bit deeper, because as you can see here, I'm going to pause it. There's a big issue. The walls to the town hall are not opened, and the heroes are not by the town hall. So this is a big issue. What I honestly should have done was start the hogs from this side, because this would have given me a little bit better chances that somebody would split towards the town hall. But we're going to play it here. I started the hogs from here because I wanted to try to force the heroes more towards the town hall, but I didn't actually notice this wall wasn't open, so there's no point of sending the hogs here. It's not going to get the heroes towards the town hall. So it's looking rough at this point. It is not looking good. The RC's split away from the hogs. RC's about to get cooked over there. She's dead. At this point, I'm panicking. I'm thinking, how the heck are we going to even get a 2-star? The 3-star is out of the question. Thank God the giant's broken, because the giant broke through this wall, and he did allow access to get into the town hall. Thank goodness. But yes, this one right here was a fail. This base is the hardest base in the game for hogs, so don't judge me for failing this. Please don't. I would like to see any of you guys try this base with hogs. We had to freeze just to get the town hall. But this base is an absolute nightmare, guys. It is really, really hard. I'm not kidding with you when I say the last 5 times I've hit this base, I've failed. It is really, really hard. I'm honestly happy we got 89% here. I think we got like 90%. I'll take it. You know, 90% on the hardest base in the game for my army, I will take it. It could have been worse. So yeah, not too bad. It will be a fail though. Let's hop straight into the next attack. Alright, fellas, next base right here. I'm going to click the play button and walk you guys through it again. So this base right here, I actually have this base, so I've practiced it a million times, so it is usually pretty easy for me. I always start like at this angle because it's really good. She takes out the Crusher Mortar and a Rage Tower too, which is insane value. It's insane value. She is going to turn around to the Crusher Mortar. Beautiful. And we pulled the CC really easily, which was great. Poison the furnace right now. No need to wait on that. And the goal is just to take down as much of this Rage Tower as we can without killing the RC. So I wanted to get this Inferno. I believe I used a spell like this to try to take it out, but she targeted the Fire Spitter instead. And this Inferno ended up staying alive on 1 HP. Absolutely tragic. And then the Builder Hut on 1 HP repaired the Inferno too. So slight mistake right there. If we took down these 2 buildings, it would have been a whole lot easier. But it's okay. We can still work with that value. We've got the Ice Golems pulled off to the corner now. We can kill them with a Valkyrie or whatever's, and now we're starting the King and Queen to take out the other Rage Tower. Now, the King and the Queen and the Yetis and the Log Launcher, their job is to take out the Rage Tower and the Town Hall, and if they do that, look at the path for the Hogs. There's no splash damage on this back end besides a couple Wizard Towers, and Wizard Towers aren't going to do anything anyways, so it is a really, really good path for the Hogs. This base is generally very, very easy for Hogs, honestly, just because of the fact that there's no splash damage on the back end. You can abuse that. So unfortunately, the King and Queen decided to walk around the edge, which means the Yetis are now responsible for the Town Hall, which is why I tossed a Rage spell on them. And they did take out the Town Hall just barely, I think, I hope. Yes, these Raged Yeti Mites got the Town Hall, and we've already sent the Hogs in now. I can't even keep up with myself, but yes, we're sending the Hogs in now, because at this point it's a 3-star. It's impossible to fail at this point. There's no splash damage on the back end. We've took out everything that could harm the Hogs. At this point, it's impossible to fail. I honestly think I could have swagged the Warden ability here, but I didn't because I was a little bit worried. But honestly, I think I could have swagged it. This base was just so crushed. Pretty sure I could have swagged it. We've got a leftover freeze spell. I don't even think I ended up using it. Yeah, we don't even need the freeze spell. I'm just going to speed it up from here. This base is super easy for Hogs, though. There's nothing to brag about on this base. The fact that there's no splash damage on the back end just makes it extremely easy. So yeah, not too bad at all. Let's go hop into the next replay. Alright guys, next base over here. This one looks a little bit tough. It doesn't look like the hardest base ever, but it definitely looks a little bit tough because look at the splash damage, guys. It's spread out throughout this entire base. There's Infernos in the Town Hall in the middle. There's a Crusher Mortar, Poison Tower, and an Inferno right over here on this side. And there's Scatter Shots, Poison Towers, and Bomb Towers on this side. So there's really no weak spot to Hogs besides like this flank right over here and this flank over here. But there is really no exact weak spot to the Hogs. So this one is going to be a struggle. We've got to be locked in with the RC charge. Got to be locked in with the Sui. Just got to be locked in general. The goal with my RC is get her to take out the Monolith, the Crusher Mortar, that Poison Tower, and the Inferno in the middle. We just want her to take out this middle compartment because that's where all the value is. So I redirect to make sure we're going to take out the middle. It's looking good at this point. RC is heading more towards the middle. She's going to get the Monolith. Honestly, really, really good charge. We're going to get the Monolith and this Inferno and everything in the core. This was a really, really good charge. So things are looking good at this point. And I did actually notice now there is a little bit of a weakness to Hogs because we can send them like right over here and none of these defenses will do anything. Ricochet Cannon, Expo, Multi-Archer Tower, Fire Spitter, those are all decorations for Hogs. You don't have to worry about those. It's just splash damage. So we've started the King and Queen right here. And we're setting a funnel over here to make sure nobody walks. Good funneling on this side. Definitely very good funneling. I'm trying to delay the King to make sure he actually goes inside. So yeah, we're waiting until this wall is opened. I put some Valkyries to tank the Minion Prince, and then we can sprinkle in a Headhunter to kill the Minion Prince and take out the gold storage at the same time. And it's looking good at this point. It's looking good. Everyone's going inside, but I'm going to pause it right here because now it's not looking good. Now it is not looking good. The King, the enemy King, pulled my King to the outside of the base, and now it's looking really, really bad because now suddenly the King ability is not going to take out the Town Hall and the core of this base. Instead, it's going to get wasted on a bunch of junk buildings around the outside, and I don't have an Invis spell left to redirect my King back inside. So this is exactly why I tell you guys, it is better to only use 6 Invis spells than all 7 with your RC charge, because you never know if you're going to need another Invis spell later in the attack to redirect or just to save your Hogs or RC at the back end. And right here, we needed another spell to redirect my King back inside. Now he's walking around the outside. The King's getting swagged pretty much. So this is not good. This is really, really not good. I think at this point, it is impossible to save it. I don't think no matter what we did, we would have been able to save the 3-star. If the King goes inside, it's a 3-star though, because the King ability takes out all this, probably gets the Poison Tower too, and then the Hogs can wrap around the rest of the base. But unfortunately, the King had other plans and walked around the side of the base, so now we're looking at a potential 1-star if we don't lock in. The Giant, please clutch the Town Hall, please clutch the Town Hall, please get it, please get it. He in fact did not get it. So yeah, now we are not looking great. We are not looking great. I'm trying to just think about what I could possibly do to salvage up the 2-star, because the 3-star is out of the question at this point. Thinking about how to salvage up the 2-star, we actually got lucky. The RC path towards the Town Hall here, we got really, really lucky. She ended up saving the 2-star. So yeah, we got saved from God right there. This could have easily been a 1-star because of the freaking King walking around the outside. It is what it is though. Fails happen. If you're not good, if you mess up something significantly like this, you're going to fail, and it's going to be quite a bad fail. As you guys can see, I don't even think we passed 80% on this attack. This one was rough, guys. This one was rough entirely because of the King walking. Maybe we did get 80%. I don't remember. No, we're going to be just short. So yeah, this one was a tragic fail. It is what it is though. I can't be perfect. I try my best, but it's really, really tough, especially with an off-meta army. It is what it is. Just only 2 fails so far, so not too bad. Let's hop straight into the last attack, though, and see how it went. Alright, guys. Last base of the day, and it looks really, really hard because there's splash damage spread throughout this entire base. We've got bomb towers and the Town Hall on the back end. We've got poison towers and scatter shots over here, and we've got a Crusher Mortar and Infernos in the middle, and an Inferno up top. This base is not easy whatsoever. Definitely not easy. We've got to get a perfect RC charge, and we've got to get a lot of value with the Sui. I redirected here because I wanted the RC to take out the Crusher Mortar and just a little bit more of the stuff in the center of the base. She did end up getting the Crusher Mortar, which was beautiful. I don't remember if she pulled the CC or not. We're about to find out right now. Let's see. Oh my gosh, she nearly died. Okay, I should not have done that. I should have picked her up before she nearly died. And at this point, it's looking all right, but there's really just not a clear path for the Hogs, because if I pause it right here, we could start the Sui right here, and they could get the Town Hall taken out and all of this stuff, but then there's so much stuff on the back end for the Hogs. There's an Inferno, there's another Inferno, there's a Scatter Shot, and a Poison Tower, and 2 enemy heroes, so I didn't really like that. Or we could start the Sui up here, get them to take out all of this, And then I feel like this is a little bit of a better path for the Hogs. Yes, we've got the Bomb Tower, the Giga Bomb, and the Town Hall. But other than that, there's really not too much splash damage just besides that stuff. So I feel like if we click an early Warden ability, we would be alright. So that is the plan. We've got the King and the Queen, or the Ice Golem, and the Queen over here. Log Launcher from the top, funneling out this side, and we're holding on to the King until we're sure he's going to head inside. So yeah, wall break right here to just open up this wall. I need to funnel out this side a little bit better. Alright, yeah, we did a little bit of better funneling here. We tossed the Valkyries, Baby Dragon over here. Log Launcher is putting in work. We had to freeze this stuff because it was locked onto my King, and that would have been a terrible King ability to click it right there. We kind of needed to freeze. It is not looking great at this point. It's not looking great. The Log Launcher went down way earlier than I would have liked. The King ability did not get the value I was looking for. We've just got to start the Hogs now, though, before it is too late. So we've started the Hogs. Also, the RC is on like 1 HP, which definitely doesn't help since I screwed up the RC charge. It is what it is, though. Warden ability right now to protect from the Bomb Tower and the Giga Bomb. It kind of was needed right here. The heroes hopefully will get this Inferno. If they get the Inferno, I would say we're looking alright. But unfortunately, they did not get the Inferno. So now that's an issue, because how the heck are we going to deal with the Inferno? We're just not. Unfortunately, if the heroes took out this Inferno, I think we would have been looking a little bit better, but I still don't think we would have had enough to 3-star because there's a Bomb Tower on the back end, so we would have needed just a little bit of a better RC charge in general. We didn't really get the value I was looking for. It is what it is, though. We're going to get like an 80% 2-star. We had a couple fails throughout this day, but honestly, overall, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad overall. I would say it was the W day overall. Not too bad, guys. We got 80% here, and yeah, that is all the replays. I'm going to show you guys the battle log now. So we got a plus 280. It is what it is. We got 5 3-stars. We had 3 little slip-ups. Not the end of the world. Obviously, I would have liked a plus 320, but you know, it is what it is. That's not too bad. A 280 is a solid score in this current meta. So yes, Hogs can work. Certain bases are very difficult for them, but they can 3-star any base if you're just on point with your spells. But that's going to do it for today's video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Sorry about the no live commentary with the attacks. I really wish I could have shown you guys the live commentary. Just it was a little bit too laggy, and I didn't want it to be laggy for you guys. Nobody really would have enjoyed watching a laggy video. So I do think this was a little bit of a better option to just show you guys the replays and then do a little voiceover explaining my thought process. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will link everything that you need in the description below, and I will catch you guys tomorrow in a brand new video. Peace.